In the last video, we did a clutch switch modification so that we could start the bike in gear. We modified the LP9 Pro to not blind the crap out of other drivers on the road, and I put a baffle in.
First things that we need to mess with is water and fuel. Going on an adventure, they're gonna be out there. You're not gonna be buy other things. This is a 1 gallon RotopaX. They're actually legal. Believe it or not, I didn't realize this. You have to have like a legal gas container. This even has the thing that actually makes you spill more fuel than actually get it in the bike. Good job, whoever came up with that thing. The water, of course, you need for drinking, cooking, cleaning. That's again a 1 gallon. Obviously, one symmetricalist. And Revzilla set us up with these, so again, big thanks to Revzilla. I asked them what their suggestion was for fuel and water, and they were like, it's gotta be the RotopaX, it's just the best system. So links for all the stuff are down in the description, please check it out. My thinking is mount one of these on one side right here and one on the other. We're just gonna kind of stick them right into this triangle. I wanna make a system I can remove and put on, play it around, had someone hold it while I sit up on here. My leg, this doesn't get in the way, kind of sitting like this. When it comes to RotopaX, they make a lot of great mounting systems, and there's also just a huge like third-party support for these things because so many people love mounting these 150 different ways to different things. However, nobody makes a backing plate for a hinged Donny and MT-07 subcage. That's way too unique and rare and odd. And what do I mean by backing plate? Let me back up there. Normally you'd have some kind of plate that this sits up against or something built into your subcage. A lot of rack systems for ADV bikes just come with a mounting point for these already. I did find where you can get like an aluminum plate that just fits right behind this. It wasn't super cheap, and honestly, what I think I've come up with is even better. And I didn't come up with this. This is something I saw online. The go-to solution, as it turns out, and this is great, I love stuff like this, is you get like a commercial grade cutting board and you cut it up. So I got the cutting boards, I got everything. I don't feel comfortable cutting these myself. I could probably do it if I really didn't care how anything looks. But instead, what I did, well, here we are. My brother's shop is because he was in the Navy. He just stole everything he could, including this entire workbench and tools. Now you actually did pay for that.
I paid for everything.
He paid for everything in here. Here's my cutting board. I mean my RotopaX mounting system. Do you want to get like some cardboard and make a template, you think?
We can probably do that. I wanted a little...
Well, here, we'll work on this edge here in just a second. There's another drop right there.
That is fun. Pretty all right.
Good enough for government work.
Basically, there's you can see where the edge is rounded here, where the texture stops. So we're gonna cut off just a little bit to this side of it to give us a nice square edge on this side, because we're not gonna be able to match this factory rounded edge.
Look how thick that is. I mean, it's funny. It's without it being rounded, it really kind of shows you like that's got some
yeah,
beef.
That's
thick.
Just don't stand directly behind this, Jake. Whatever you're doing. It's gonna be extra safe. This isn't a table saw safety channel. Don't show that one in there. Some people will tell you you should only use a file in one direction, because people are nerds.
All right, you ready?
Sure.
Well, what the does that mean?
Yeah. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen? Clamp it all together.
Well, looks good, dude. Oh, it's good. We can use this as a template, though. See, that's a pretty good squared corner right there, there. Come feel the texture of this real quick. Come feel the texture of it.
Oh, I can't wait for mine.
Oh, texture-y.
Just look at it first. You want to lift it up? Oh my god. Stop! That's the Rona. Now we have to show how dumb we are.
And let's see, is the other one off the same? Yes.
Well look, here's what we can do now. It's okay.
We go in the middle between them?
Let me do this. I made the marks. I know where they're... Look how not close these are.
Here's what we do. Stop thinking about it. No, if you're gonna
punt this into the street.
Oh, let's film that if you're gonna do that.
All right, so you want to drill some holes? Yeah. You want to drill some holes? Did this anywhere close to accurate? Hey.
So now we're just making the other one. Woohoo! Everyone I know now is one. Ian's doing things.
That's pretty slick there. You don't want a lot of parts in your bike to be very, very sharp. That's not really conducive to living. So we're gonna try and round these over a little bit.
You should do this.
It's looking,
Yeah, but you got sweat on it. I don't want to touch that. It's got Rona.
give me the other one.
Yes, ma'am. There she is with a sanded up edge. Ian's setting up the drill press. A really small bit of countersink on there for these carriage bolts. Plate needs to sit flush on there, and you can see where that comes through just a tiny bit. So we have to do just a minor countersink on every one of these holes. Start putting together the plate now, and this guy, the mounting hardware for the RotopaX. Ian has Suzuki Blue Loctite.
To show the lawn tip sticker.
Lawn Tips, apparently that's a YouTube channel. Shout out to you for free. So we had to get slightly longer versions of these bolts because of our plate's a little thicker than like an aluminum plate washer, and they got these nylock ones in here, so get one started, get two started. Just do two like Braille Skate. We've done pretty good here, but yeah, one of them's being a little Oh, it's time to put my water pack on. How does it work? Just realized I have no idea how this works. See, that doesn't actually tighten up, so you gotta spin this guy until I think it's like, oh, it's that, now that's locked right there. Oh, look, I'm scrunching it. That's probably, that's good. Whoa.
Look at that. All the edges are...
Dude, let's take a picture and send it to all our friends.
Wow. It works.
Time to put my fuel on my motorcycle.
The gas ones are a little more sturdy.
Well, yeah, this is a fantastic product. I thank you. No, wait, we do this, right? No. Wear a mask.
We were like 2 feet away from each other.
Hey everyone, it's me, Deer. You know the majority of y'all are not subscribed to this channel? You're not. Like 60% of y'all are not subscribed. Subscribing to the channel helps the analytics and helps us get better sponsorships, which helps bring you these videos in the first place. So, you know, I know it's a silly thing. I've watched channels, there's channels I've watched for years and realized I'm not subscribed to them because they just continually sort of pop up in your feed. It doesn't, you know, you don't even think about it. But if you could, please hit the subscribe button. It does help out. If you'd like to see an extended version of this video that's X amount longer, you can go over to Patreon and pay just $1 a month, and you can see the entire backlog of everything we've ever done on here. This entire series is this amount longer on Patreon. A lot of extra content in there, a lot of extra cool stuff. We're not raffling off bikes or anything like that over there. I know that seems to be a real popular thing right now, and I personally, I don't really like it because I don't like it to be a gamble. I would charge you guys less, but they make you charge $1. But it's $1 a month if you want to set it up that way, and then you get access to everything. I don't even have like a tier system in there just because I don't want people to gamble. I don't want people to feel like they gotta pay me a whole ton of money. Because over there on Patreon, you get these videos earlier, extended cuts, and ad-free. You don't have to hear me stop in the video to ramble about stuff like this or some other random thing I'm plugging. So we really appreciate it if you check that out. Otherwise, continue on with the video. Woo! It's like I'm wearing the same clothes. It's crazy. I've got these little sort of bar mount things. They're the same things that are holding my headlight on, just smaller ones meant for a 1-inch bar. I've got enough to do sort of 3 points on each bar, maybe one there. I don't know, we'll figure it out. It should be quite secure. I mean, this is definitely stronger than an aluminum plate would have been. That's the funny thing. Trying to think of a way that makes the most sense to kind of mount this right now. That's all I'm trying to figure out. This is where the bolt is now to take the rear seat off. So you can't just block that. It's sitting something like this. I actually happen to have a marker that's like, now what I gotta do is try to mark this guy. I've marked it. I don't have the fancy drill press like my brother. Hardware for this is pretty thick, but that's just because that's the size of those clamps. Stuck the bolt up on the one here. You can kind of see. Seeing how this is sitting like this, pretty well determine what I want to do with the other two now. Let's pull that out. This is where I've ended up with things after playing with it for a few minutes. Got my little washer and bolt in here, so what I do is I stick this down. The one here might just need a washer or two. I think this one will also need to use one of these spacers. What I'm doing here is I'm lining the top of this up with the weld up here, because that's gonna give me kind of sort of the back body line here of the bike a bit, which also the subframe kind of follows. Looking all cool custom bike style, man. Get that kind of like that. And we're gonna mark this guy. I haven't countersunk it yet, but that's all looking good. We'll just go ahead and mark the last one. I've got everything drilled and countersunk. whole thing's got like a little bit of an angle to it. That's just the nature of, you know, using this this stunt setup for this, which I think is fine. I think this also helped block some of the dirt coming off the tire, mud and stuff from hitting me. Can I get to the seat bolt? Yes, just barely, but that's good. Time to put my water on. The bolts making contact? Nope. They're all nice and countersunk. No issues there. So now I'm gonna pull this all back off, butt the plates up against each other just so I can really perfectly match all match all those holes from one side to the other. Therefore, everything will be symmetrical and good. I won't go all the way through, but this will definitely hold them in place. I was gonna put some clamps on it, but that's got them pretty locked into place. Now, we've got the same holes, we just gotta countersink them. This is how it's gonna sit on this side. These countersinks need to be on this side. Looks good. Some of this white chalky stuff around the edge. This is where we're gonna bust like the heat gun out. I'm gonna see how clean I can get these things. You know, kind of how it was sort of white and chalky before, and now it's got this nice, God, it's still really hot. Okay. I put these roughly where I think they need to go, but I left them all a little loose. We gotta do things a little bit sort of backwards. All right, so let's stick that in there and kind of see how everything else is sort of, this weld and sort of body line right here is what I was lining the other side up with. So as long as I do that on this side, it should be good. Make for sure we can still get to the seat bolt, which we can. This whole thing needs to scoot down a little, and it can. Should be good, everything should be sitting in its position now. Okay, so now what I gotta do is I gotta pull this back off and try to tighten up all the clamps without moving anything. Guys, this is it. This is how it's gonna be sitting when it doesn't have luggage on it. Let me throw my helmet on. I'll try to get some decent footage out there of what these lights look like.
Dude, I've been cruising around on it, I mean, it feels tall, and it definitely feels like you can tell it's on these big knobbies, but like as soon as you're up to like, oh, I don't know, like just a few miles an hour, like you don't notice it. Neat kind of combination going on here between the white light and the yellow light. Packs are on there, boys. And here, let's do this real quick. I'm gonna get this guy on. This is how I was cruising. I had these on. Nobody was like flashing at me. I passed several cars on back country roads like this. Yeah, I've already figured out a few problems with high beams, which I'll try to show you here in a minute. But yeah, it's actually rides pretty normal. Like I've noticed, it doesn't feel like it's a bit taller. It's got a little bit of to it. I also noticed when I was romping the throttle, it feels real happy right now. You know, the 15 tooth front sprocket, also got the auto tuner on there. It's probably starting to like write and make mapping now since I've been on the road for a few minutes. I've been riding around for a few minutes. Okay, let's go high beam. Jesus. It just goes so far. I had a few comments on the video where people were saying, it looks like your high beam doesn't actually go any further, it's just brighter. Guys, look, start to see how much reflection I'm getting off the street signs. It's almost too intense. If you get over like that, okay, it's a little bit better. Yeah, but like, see, like, bam, see how I'm kind of like kicking it up on that white one there? Yeah, look at this road, sucks, dude. He was still my low beam, which is still really, really good. Let's throw these guys on, throw these guys on, yeah. No bothers from the man in the truck. He didn't like my lights, he would have given me old flickery flax. Up until now, it's put it around a developed neighborhood, 20, 30 miles an hour, you know? It feels fine, it feels really good. I think it's good. Yes! right, let's go back to the house.
All right, remember when I said the last video that this next video would be the last video? Well, it's not. I'm sure there's some of you think, Jake, you're just dragging this out. I'm really not. This is just, again, where it turned out in editing to kind of wrap up into the video. And it was good, you know, we got the RotopaX on, which was a bit of a job. I mean, look, it looks pretty pro, in my opinion, for a bike that did not have a system to put them on, that we had to just build out of something that wasn't meant for that. So yeah, whatever. I think it turned out great, but what am I gonna do? I mean, you know, you guys even told me in the comments pretty definitively last video that you wanna see the longer edit, you wanna see me push through and get this stuff done. So that's what we did. The bike is basically, though, in the state it would be in. It's done in the sense how it would sit without luggage on it. But in the next video, we will show you all the luggage stuff we have, the camping stuff we have, how we're gonna charge stuff. We're really gonna show all that in the next video. And then we'll start on my brother's bike. Actually, I've already started working on my brother's bike. You haven't seen that's the DRZ. I know there's like boxes of kid clothes in the way. Of course he would do this. He went out and got bigger RotopaX than I've got. We're gonna start on his bike. We're gonna go moto camping. It's starting to cool off. It's also starting to rain a whole lot, so we need to do something, yeah, something sooner than later. See you guys next video.
Weak.
Let's turn this thing and make it go out.
I mean, we'll comply with all regulations. You don't stand there.
Why?
That's how you get dead.
Hindonian. I think it's Hindonian.
It's Higdonian, isn't it?
Higdonian. There's a marker in there. That's what happened to Apollo 13.
Yep. We don't put stuff together loosey-goosey, okay?
Calm down, White Claws. The cardboard is still basically a perfect template, right?
No. No, it's not. It's not straight. It was bad. I don't even know how we messed it up that bad, but it's horrible.
Remember to put your head at 100% into the shot.
It's definitely a little high. We could shave this side.